Okay, things you will need. Silk, or something for a flag. I use red and black silk because, you know, that's my favorite colors. My rope, I just pre-made. Tennis balls. Lighter. Scissors. A hook I made, this is to pull the rope through the tennis ball. I have a real thick, solid wire. I'm going to use too thin of a wire. Needle nose. Vice grips for pulling this thing through. Or that, either one. Pennies. I use like 35 cents for my dart. And then you might want to add them slowly, maybe 10 of them at a time, 5, 10 at a time until you get to the desired weight you want. Screwdriver. So, these are the tools that we will be using. Alright, the first thing I want to do is I put a little knot in the end of my rope. Right? Then, under the knot, I fold the rope over. Do that by pushing down, it'll create a little curve. Right? Pinch it there. Feed the rope through. And pull that tight right down on top of that knot. Okay. That creates your slip knot to go around your wrist. Next, you want 2 arms width lengths, or enough for the rope to go with your arms outstretched, and then the rope hanging down with the head of the dart almost touching the floor but not touching the floor. Like the tip of the dart hanging right off, like maybe an inch off the floor. That's perfect. But I've made this longer to go through the ball of the tennis ball and for tying. Then after you're done, then you can judge it here by the dart hanging, like we were just like I just said, and then you can adjust that a little shorter here to bring it up to where you need it. Okay, making your dart. Pack of 3 tennis balls, $1.57 or something like that, Walmart, pretty cheap. I usually like to make mine right on top of the label of my board. It doesn't take away from the color of the ball. Step 1 is to poke a hole through the ball. This is very important to be safe. So you don't hurt yourself by doing this. I find the center of that. So what I do is I only poke a very small hole right in there. Just enough to push that rope through. Because I'm going to tie a knot inside and I don't want it to come back through. So the smaller the hole you got, the less chance you got of it coming through. So now that I've made a small hole there, I'm going to push this in there just to test how wide it is to make sure it's not too big yet. Right? Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing this dart. You can either do it with the rope going through this hole in the ball itself, or you can, after you can just fill it with pennies and stick it then inside, say, an old sock. At that point I would tie a knot in this sock like that, and then I would just tie the end of my rope around the end of that, and then you have a sock dart. Okay, that's one way of doing this. I really don't want to do it like that, but I just left this as an option. Okay. Now that we got that hole in there, right on the side, so about right up here. That way it's still got enough meat in the tennis ball between the hole I make on the side and the top. You don't want to make it too weak, or that'll rip. And your rope will come flying out with the weight of this shooting out. So, right by the, figure out where I want to make my point, and then I'm going to cut down from there. But I don't want to go too past the halfway point. You don't want to get too close to the bottom, because once that gets open a little bit, pennies might start falling. You don't want that to happen. So find the center of my ball. There it is. Center of this right here, but below the do is I'm going to make a little cut. It's very dangerous. Okay. You want to make it big enough to put a penny through. Okay, but you don't want to make it bigger than the penny. So what I do is I like to make it just enough where it fits that penny, where I can shove it in there. I don't want it to come out too easy, you know. So, step next. Now, I'm going to take our pre-made rope. This is our anchor end. Throw that in there. I'm going to take this and put it in here. I take it with my needle nose and I just push the end of that inside. And then open it a little. Alright. Then I'm going to take the end of this because it's not too sharp, it's kind of blunt. I'm going to use that to push on this rope a little. Come back and get a little bit more of this. Push some more inside. I want to push enough inside the ball so then you've got enough to grab to pull out through the hole we made in the side. So push this through. I don't know, maybe 5-6 inches. Just enough where you can grab. Take a hook. Pinch the ball. And you'll open up the hole a little. Squeeze it. Stick your wire in there. Find the edge of that rope. You get it. Pull it right out. This. Pull on the wire. Push my rope through. Take my wire off the rope. Then you pull the rope through. Push it like that. Next. So I tie a knot in the end of this. First knot. Then I'm going to melt the end and then melt the end of the knot flat. So that can't pull that through. Like that. Then I'm going to make another knot. This time I'm going to let this knot go halfway over top of that. This will make the knot a little fatter. I want it really big. I don't want it to come back through there. There's a lot of weight in your dart. Then, once I do that, I just want to seal that from really coming apart. I'll do that by just putting a little bead on that rope. I don't want to burn through it, but I want it to stick together. Next, gotta pull the rope back through. That's a lot bigger than the hole I made. But push it, squeeze the ball, take the edge of the rope where that knot is right there, stick that on the edge of that cut that you made, push it in. And then we use this, push it through. Push it into the ball. And then pull it back. So, my next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to make an attachment to put my flag on. So I like to use this with a piece of chain. 4 or 5 links, whatever. I'm going to run this through. Light my chain. sit down on top of this ball. Like so. Okay. Then I'm going to put the knot back on the end of my rope. And then I'm going to tie my slip knot back. Then I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to make my flags. So for these, this is how I like to do mine. I just cut them when these scissors aren't the real. So I kind of messed up my edges a little bit. So here's how I do my flags. I like to burn the edges, that's why I like using silk. I don't have to sew anything or do any of that crap. The way I make mine is I take them and I like to use double flags, red and black. So I'm going to take these and line these up. They're pretty much even on the bottom. I'm not filled out the top yet. And then I'm going to kind of melt these a little along the edge. This light will curl up once you put a little flame on it. See how it curled? But they will also stick to it there too. Keep them together along the edges, and I'm going to do that around all the way around. Round off the corners a little. This is just a quick way of how I do this. If I was going to make a dart like I made that one, I'll spend a little time on it and I'll sew my ends on or something. But it's a practice dart. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get beat up. Next is I fold this over. So I'm going to make the other one exactly opposite of this one. Right. So then I fold this. And I take my wire and I lay it on the edge of the table, like right here, like this. And I'm going to heat the end of that up so I can burn a hole through this. I heat this wire up to the red out. Red hot. I hold this like this, pinch it in front of it, and I push me a hole through my silk. Just enough to make a tie through. And I'm going to do the other side the same way. Melt me a little hole through it, pull it out, and then pinch those right there. Bam. Then I'm going to use this little lighter Put a little amount of heat right there to attach this together with. And to seal up these corners. Do that, pinch them. Let me do this over here too. Now it's got 2 holes in the top for time. And for that, I take a piece of like paracord. And you want to take the guts out of it. You don't have to. I think it makes it better. So then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put all of these strings to it. Oh, what was this one? Got melted or something. Alright, so normally I pull this string out of here, but this is a previous one I used before and it's been melted there, so now the strings inside is not going to pull through. So anyway, take this and I will poke this through my hole that I made in the flag. Oh, now I don't do it. Don't do that anymore. Okay, I'm going to poke it through the other side. This through. I'm going to tie that to my chain. I'm going to tie one end to this part of the chain. And the other one a little higher up on my chain. Right below the one I ran through the loop. And I'm going to take the knots like that. Tie it right where it still leaves the chain outstretched. And pull that tight so I know my chain is still stuck. Now I'm going to cut those off and burn them. And then burn them flat so this knot doesn't come out either. Flag is done. Now all I gotta do is add my pennies to it. And as I said, you might want to just add them a few at a time. I've made enough of these that I already know exactly how many pennies it's going to take for mine. So then you just gotta feed the pennies through, pinch it, and make it a little easier to push them through. But yeah, I put a few in, take it out, give it a twirl, see what you think. You could take them back out using needle nose, I suppose, but it won't be as easy as putting them in. That's not all I'm going to put in, but that's all I'm going to put in for now. So now I don't want this to keep sliding down. Okay. So Then I got some black nylon tape. Cloth nylon. I'm just going to make a couple of wraps right above the chain. Like that. Enough to make it fatter than that hole is in that chain. So it won't come back up. Okay, and then once I got it fat enough where I know it's not going to come back through, let's try it. Okay, yep, that's good. A couple more wraps to go down the road, make it a little skinnier. Back to skinny. And we have a rope dart. Okay, the technique for making this is the same for making a rope dart, practice meteor dart, practice poi, practice meteor, poi, practice puppy hammer. For instance, these are poi I've made. Same concept, just obviously shorter rope. And I used this ball that came off the end of a bungee cord with a ball on it. Got a bunch of those. And the bungee cord was all dry rotted, no good anymore, so I took the balls off to make handles. So you can make poi with it. You can make two of them together and make meteor poi, which is also the first one of the steps that you would use to make your meteor dart. If you wanted to make a meteor dart, you would first make one of these at the desired length that you would want. You'd have to pinch this like this, about this much off of that, like that, and that'll be how long the diameter of your circle will be. So that's about how long you're going to want your meteor to be. I've made it. The only thing different about making the meteor dart and the rope dart is on this end, instead of tying this end right here to a tennis ball, I put it on a ring with a swivel back to a ring. Right? And then through this is where you would feed the meteor, like this. So to make this part, to put it through there, alright, here's a big version of this little ring. So to tie this through there, this is how you do that. Push this through like this, through the ring. Center, through the ring. Come back over the top. Okay? You're going to want to pull these balls through there. So, one at a time. Push the other one through the ball. Right? Now you're going to want this to stay centered. So, let them hang. And then pull them down evenly. Keep feeding this up tighter, keeping these evenly as you do, until you get this as tight as you can, and it'll end up looking like that. And then this end represents this right there. So then on this end, obviously you don't want this to be this big, you want it to be that size. Then you use a swivel. I got a pack of these swivels right here. The ball bearing steel swivels. They won't rust. I got them in the fishing department at Walmart. It's like $4 for a pack of 3 of these. And then once you put the swivel on it, then they'll spin. And then there you have a meteor dart instead of a rope dart. And then obviously on this one you don't want to put no flags on. And that's how you do it. So anyway, I hope this helped. And there you go. Peace.